And in the locker room, each guy has been going over and through his own routine to get ready. But once they take the floor, they're one single unit. The city of Charlotte, North Carolina is the setting for our broadcast tonight. And isn't the view magnificent? Greetings, everyone. Welcome to 2K Sports and another exciting edition of NBA basketball. Joined by Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. DA, take it away.
Well, guys, for all of the star power Blake Griffin had when he was in Los Angeles, it was tough for him to be the leader of the Clippers. There were bigger voices in the locker room, such as CP3 and Doc Rivers. But Pistons coach Dwayne Casey said, in Detroit, he's definitely the leader. When he speaks, everybody listens. This is his team. Kevin?
Yeah, and he has their confidence. David, thank you. And a chance to take a look at some numbers for Drummond.
And in the last 5 games, he's made a bunch of hustle plays on the glass more than anywhere else. His rebounding totals in these games shows a dramatic increase from his numbers during the rest of the season.
And a look at the starters for the Pistons. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. Rose and Jackson are the backcourt, and it's Kennard in at the 3, the small forward. And for the Hornets, Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist out there with Bridges, and it's Hernan Gomez in at the 5 spot. Steve, we still have players settling into the new season. When you were playing, did you typically start fast, or did it take a while for you to kind of find your rhythm?
Kevin, I think you're like this. I played 14 years. Those first 8, I got off to great starts. Those last 6, oh, Lord, looks like it was like my feet was in the sand. But usually you get going. The best time to really get going is at the end.
Now here's Rose after the miss from Malik Monk. Rose goes in and finished off by Griffin.
If I'm Blake Griffin, I'm telling my teammate, throw it higher. I'll go get it.
Rozier looking around, and so the ball is out of bounds. Rozier touched it last. And so it's Drummond with it. He'll bring it up for Detroit. Outside Rose. Outside Jackson. And it's Rose. This time the assist by Jackson.
That's the leadership they're looking for from Jackson. Staying patient, surveying the court, locates the open man.
And just about a minute into the first quarter. Now, here's Monk, guarded by Jackson. The feed to Kidd-Gilchrist, and denied. He sends it right off the glass.
Oh, the officials are all over that one.
The Hornets shooting their first free throws of the game. That one is off. Good on the second free throw.
One area that the Pistons were great in last year was perimeter defense.
What they did, GA, they closed out on shooters fantastically. They got hands up and hands up high. Allowed the fewest threes against as a team. Their interior defense was just so-so, but on the perimeter, they were tough.
6 on the shot clock. Here's Griffin. Drummond trying to get himself free. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here. It's going to go on Michael Kidd-Gilchrist.
He's so athletic. Blake Griffin's one of those players you have to make a decision. You have to wrap him up before he takes off. People wondered How happy Blake Griffin would be after being traded from LA to Detroit a few years back. He has completely embraced the city, and Motown loves him back as well, quickly becoming a fan favorite.
That's good from Blake Griffin. And with Griffin, he's also embraced Detroit's situation, trying to build a contender.
Griffin said he feels like he's a part of building something special here in Detroit. You have to admire how quickly Blake has gone all in for the Pistons franchise.
Both good from the line that time.
Despite all the injuries, Griffin was given the big contract. That kind of thing is a guessing game, but with high stakes.
Now, here's Rozier. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average. And the Hornets miss again. The Pistons with a quick start to this game. Outside Rose. Feeds it to Griffin. Drummond trying to get himself free. Controls the rebound and puts it back up and in.
Multi-time NBA rebound leader. Might want to think about putting a body on Drummond.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. That's his first foul. Now, here's Bridges. He's covered closely. Now, here's Rozier. 8 points his last outing. Shot clock at 6. Monk for 3. Blake Griffin pulls it in.
Oh my God, they can't buy one. 0 for 4. Sometimes this happens.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Looking at the last game for Charlotte, it was a loss to Memphis. Now Rozier. And he uses the glass on the layup.
That breaks their string of misses. Now 1 for 5. You can feel their sense of relief.
And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Rose against Rozier. Pass to Jackson. Launches a 3. Can't hit that one. And the Hornets now going the other way. First chance of the season for them to go up against this Pistons team.
And they swept this team in the regular season a year ago. Pretty impressive considering these teams were basically the same in the standings.
To the right side. From deep. Hits it from three-point range.
Defensively, giving up far too many open rhythm looks.
And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Charlotte. It's a 10-point game. Pass to Hernan Gomez. Clock at 6. Off target from three-point range.
This is the shot they wanted to get. Right guy, right spot, wrong result.
Rose can't hit.
Out of character for him to miss that shot. Maybe just a little too casual there.
Here's Bridges. Rebound, Detroit. Drummond's got rebound number 5 here tonight. Oh, Griffin in position. Hammers the alley-oop through.
And you can see their strategy coming in. They want to control the paint.
This is my type of approach. Get some high percentage looks. Then later, you can play inside out.
Here's Monk following the basket by Blake Griffin. No good that time. Some solid defense there from Jackson.
Oh, man, still a goose egg for him in the scoring column.
Yep, that one goes. 8 points for Blake Griffin.
They've been excellent so far, coming in with a well-balanced attack.
And it's helped them build an early lead. They just need to stay aggressive.
They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hornets. They come into this one following the loss to the Grizzlies.
I mean, in the modern era, you have to be able to stretch the floor or you're going to struggle.
Reason why, that opens up driving lanes, makes it dangerous for teams to W in the post. The offense becomes more dynamic.
And who doesn't love stats? Here are some numbers for Drummond. 4th in rebounding, 9th in blocks, and not many players convert opportunities inside as well as he. Top 15 in field goal percentage.
And he's so explosive, so hungry. You really can't keep him off the glass when he wants to get there. That's why he's top 5 in rebounding. Now, here's Rozier. And you can see his scoring totals. Those are some pretty good numbers. He's putting up close to 15 points a game on average.
He has gone ice cold this quarter, obviously not helping their cause.
Outside Jackson. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
This has been an impressive performance tonight. Even with a big lead, they've maintained their focus.
Here's Rozier, following the score by Reggie Jackson. They need this. And there's Rozier on the assist by Monk.
Well, a new start in Detroit for Dwayne Casey. Led the team to the playoffs in his first season. Seems to be a great match between the team and their coach.
Now here's Rose. 9 points last game out. Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Charlotte.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
Monk for 3. He scores, and he's off the schneid with that basket. 1 for 7 on a tough night for him. And for Casey, Steve, he had the pedigree of success that the Pistons wanted.
Also, Casey, I thought, was brought in to change the mindset of this team. Immediately was able to change the culture of the Pistons. Setting a new tone goes a long way for a developing team.
That shot by Griffin, no good. Hornets trail by 11. The kick out to Rozier. The offensive rebound.
Nice tip in there. I mean, he's got like a 6th sense in terms of where the miss is going to go. That is really a talent.
Now here's Rose. He isn't playing a big part of their offensive scheme, averaging around 15.5 points a game. Passes it to Jackson. No good, unable to end this run.
And his pure defensive effort changed that shot from an easy one to a tough one.
And you know, technically, it's a high percentage look, but this is why we play the game. Back in the day, someone would have blocked him out, but times have changed.
Now the pass to Kennard. Right wing. 7-foot shot. Drummond trying to get himself free. Griffin's shot is good. Griffin's got 10.
Riding the hot hand, and why not? If something's working, keep going to it.
Charlotte's gone a meager 1 of 6 from three-point land since we got started tonight. Charlotte calls timeout. And Smitty, for teams that tend to go deep into the playoffs year after year, season after season, it takes, I'm assuming, a mental toll as well as a physical toll.
It does, and that mental toll is just as hard as that physical toll on your body and your mind. And I think for teams that have great leadership and development of those young guys that can play some of those minutes, they usually bowl well.
So an almost entirely new group in now for Charlotte. Zeller, he's checked in for Hernan Gomez. Williams comes in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Wayne Bacon's checked in for Bridges. And it's Batum in for Malik Monk. And it's Rozier missing. Pistons leading by 9. Here's Galloway. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. It's Morris atop the key over Zeller, and too long on the shot.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Now here's Rozier. He's guarded closely. Outside Batum. Over Morris. And again, the Hornets missing.
Not sure if that's the shot you were looking for, but it's a fairly clean look. Almost have to take it.
In the corner, Snell with it. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. It's on Nicholas Batum. The Pistons shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night. That's good from Snell. Steve, the G League is now offering select contracts worth $125,000. They want to attract prospects straight out of high school. What do you think of that?
You know, I like it, Kevin, and I think I'd love to see that number go up, and I like the opportunity for some of those guys to be able to go straight out of high school. It's good for some, it's bad for others, but I think you have to give those guys that opportunity.
Now, here's Batum. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Solid play in the low block, and that one's good.
That's a well-timed, well-coordinated play. Comes right off the pick for the lay-in.
Here's Galloway. Rozier defending. Here's Snell. Off to a good start as he hits his first shot attempt.
Building up a big early lead, they have taken charge of this game.
Play calling has been fantastic. They've been a step ahead of the defense since the opening tip.
And so here's Charlotte after the basket by Detroit. Rozier the pass to Batum. From outside off the mark. Detroit leading by 11. Here's Galloway. Pass to Wood from about 19 feet. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've gone a long time without a bucket.
And Batum kicks to Williams. Rozier with the ball. And there's the call on Cody Zeller. That's his first foul. Detroit's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. We've got 1:55 left in the first. Snell, the pass to Wood. Back to Snell. To the wing on the left. Here's Galloway. Misses the 3. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Charlotte Hornets. Trailing by 13. Now here's Batum. Defense right on him. Makes it off the glass. Batum's got his second basket.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
The 3. It's hauled in by Wood. Detroit leading by 11. Down low and stolen by Zeller. And a fast break now for the Hornets. Takes the 3. Unable to get that one.
No doubt it's been a bit of a struggle for him here in this quarter in terms of scoring.
Inside, here's Doumbouya. While we have a break, we can see which teams have made the most of their second chance opportunities over the last 10 games. In the third spot, the Pistons.
Really something to see. Their effort on the offensive glass has just led to so many second chance opportunities.
That free throw missing. Biyombo is checked in for Marvin Williams. And the second free throw, good. There's 47 seconds left to play in the first. Batum scanning the floor. Rozier kicks to Biyombo. Back to Rozier. Morris with the rebound. Morris has got his 4th rebound in this one. Dumboya passes to Wood. The Hornets pull it in, and there's the foul. It'll go on Christian Wood. That is his first foul of the game. Hornets trail by 12. And here is Rozier.
Come get it.
1 second left.
Good job by Langston Galloway staying on balance on the defensive end and contesting that shot.
And so it's the Detroit Pistons up by a dozen here at the end of the quarter. A look at the field goal percentage numbers tells the story of what tough defense they're playing today. We've got more NBA basketball coming your way in just a minute. Andre Drummond says he's learned how to be a leader on this team.
Watching previous guys who've led this team and did the things that they did, I write that kind of stuff in the back of my head and just say, this is something I need to do this. Or if I see something I didn't like, this is something I probably will stay away from. And I think now that I'm in a role where I could kind of lead this team, I kind of have the blueprint on what I need to do to make this team successful.
And, Greg, with Blake Griffin, he's got somebody to take some of that leadership role alongside him.
And those two will be pivotal in deciding just how good this team can be.
And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And Stephen Clark, Pistons pretty much in control here.
Stingy on the defensive end in that first quarter. They were just getting up into people.
Yeah, they were very physical and very aggressive. They've just been the better team so far.
Inside, Cody Zeller and Bismack Biyombo. Rozier's out there with Batum, and it's Bacon in at the 3 spot. So that's the group out there for Charlotte. Here's Galloway. He's been patient so far. Nothing on the scoreboard yet. Morris, no good.
He liked to have that one back. That's easy money.
And we've got an update here, so let's check in with David Aldridge reporting from the sideline.
Well, Kevin, in Blake Griffin, the Pistons have their biggest star in years, probably going back to their championship team of 2004. A return to all-star form for Blake meant tremendous individual numbers last season. And the Pistons hadn't won a playoff game in more than a decade. Still not the result they want in 2019. The Pistons will be trying to capitalize during Blake's prime. Kevin, we'll see where this franchise goes from here.
We sure will, David, but he's a terrific player. Thank you so much. Here's Rozier, following the basket by Nicholas Batum. And a miss there with a chance to cut the lead to single digits. And stolen by Zeller. Count it.
I mean, the number of points they've scored in the paint already here is eye-opening.
Second quarter of basketball, just over a minute and a half played. Galloway taking his time here. The shot comes out, and it's the Hornets taking it the other way. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. It sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. Here's Zeller. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Zeller's got 4 points this quarter.
They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
And one of those little spark plug guys, Terry Rozier, plays the game with Greg, I think, a chip on his shoulder.
I mean, the story goes, as a kid, when his temper flared, his mother would have to sit on him until he cooled down. He's learned to channel that fire and emotion into his game.
Charlotte making a switch here. Monk's checked in, so Detroit going with an almost entire new group here. Andre Drummond's checked in for Wood. Griffin comes in for Dumboya. Jackson, he's checked in for Tony Snell. And it's Rose in for Langston Galloway. Now here's Zeller. Looking at his numbers, he's averaging about 6.5 points a game. 5 on the clock. There's Bacon. It's good from long range. Bacon's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Nice little run here to shrink that deficit, but can they get over the hump?
This is the tricky part. Having enough left in the tank to finish the job.
Here's Griffin. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Miami.
Even though he got fouled a lot, he never lost any of his aggressiveness. He kept making free throws, and in the process, really frustrated the D.
And they're able to recover.
Hard not to bite on Drummond's pump fake. You have to get up quick to have any chance to contest his shot. I love this. Andre Drummond has gone on record saying he is one of the last true centers in the league. Hard to argue with that statement, given how Drummond has played.
And he can't get the first one.
Well, now when you foul Drummond, he can hurt you a little bit at the line. He's much improved.
Charlotte making a switch here. Kid Gilchrist is checked in. And a switch here also for Detroit. Kennard, he's checked in for Morris. Rose against Batum. It's Kid Gilchrist on the wing. Shoots over Griffin. There's the steal. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
When Blake sees a lane to the basket, it looks like his eyes lights up and he attacks.
And it's Batum with the ball, bringing it up for Charlotte. In the second quarter, they've given up just 3 points. To the paint, here's Kennard. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Rose has got 3 assists in the game. Hornets trail by 8. Batum dishes to Monk. And again, the Hornets missing. So for the Pistons, their last game, a win against the Heat. Griffin kicks to Kennard. Back to Griffin. Outside Rose. Lays it in without an inch of room around him. And now a 10-point Piston lead.
It doesn't matter if the defense is hanging all over Derrick Rose. He is still draining shots in their grill.
Hornets have gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. Pass to Monk. Over Rose. That one rolling around and rims out.
They keep calling his number, which is partly how they've dug this hole.
And Griffin slams it in.
On the attack all evening. Not sure at this point what can slow Blake Griffin down.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from way outside since the start of the second quarter. Passes it to Monk. Over to the wing. Biyombo finds Kid Gilchrist. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. And it's Rose penetrating. That one's all good. Now he's 3 for 5 from the field.
The ball movement on this run has been fantastic and is a big part of why they've been able to get these good looks.
Hornets trail by 14. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
And the Hornets call time here. A lot of talent in the 2018 draft, Smitty. Who do you think has the highest ceiling of that group?
Kevin, I love that question because it's not who's the best player who has the best talent. It's the ceiling. I think Jaren Jackson Jr., Marvin Bagley, those guys have so much room to grow. The Doncic and the Trae Young, those guys are fantastic. They have room to grow, but I think those two have a lot of room to grow, and they're already good.
Here's what Charlotte's going with right now. Hernan Gomez comes in for Biyombo. And it's Miles Bridges in for Zeller.
And with that one, it ends an 11-0 run by Detroit.
Now here's Rose. He's got 6. Outside Jackson, wide open. But they'll get another chance. Griffin down low. He's covered by Kid Gilchrist. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And Kennard came into the league viewed mostly as a shooter, but he's been able to provide much more than that.
I mean, better than you think when he puts the ball on the floor. Learning how to lean into defenders and step back to open up the shot is a better playmaker than he gets credit for, and we should see him take on a larger role as he develops.
The first one falls.
You know, a big change last season for Luke Kennard happened when he stopped worrying about taking bad shots. He was asked to be more proactive on offense and start creating chances for himself instead of waiting for the ball to be swung to him.
Marvin Williams is checked in for Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. Both shots good from the stripe. And Smitty, that aggressiveness from Kennard, that's what the team wants from him.
He's a big part of their future. They need that from him. He may not be their #1 or #2 scorer, but he can be a very solid option off the bench or as a starter.
Now, here's Monk. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game.
Still trying to find the range. He hit one in the first quarter, nothing since.
Here's Kennard. He's got 7, and Drummond throws it down.
Well, everyone knows once Drummond gets anywhere around the rim, it's pretty much a done deal.
Hornets trail by 16. Now, here's Monk. And there's the pass to Hernan Gomez. No good on the triple. And it's Detroit's ball. Outpacing them right now in a 15-2 run. Here's Rose. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 3 assists tonight. Charlotte's gotten into trouble with the 3 ball in the second quarter, only hitting 1 of 5 attempts. Batum against Rose. Batum, good.
Shooting much better this quarter than last. You can see his confidence growing.
Rose looking around. Over Williams. Bridges with the board.
Wow, that's one you just kind of assume is going in. Tough luck.
From downtown, the shot by Williams, no good. Now the Pistons with it. They're on a 17-4 run right now. The Pistons working the ball around now. And now the fast break. Bridges with the ball. Batum wide open. He fires. Rebound by the Pistons. Drummond's got rebound number 12 here already in the game. Outside Jackson. Kicks it to Rose. Back to Jackson. And yep, finally drops after rolling around the rim. Jackson's got 6.
That's their 3rd straight make off an assist.
Now Batum, he's got 8. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Pass to Monk. Here's Hernan Gomez, and they had their chances. 2 offensive rebounds, but they still come up empty. Here's Kennard, and the call on the shot that sends him to the line. And the defensive impact that Andre Drummond can have on the floor is a major factor.
Well, you know that Drummond is going to do the work of 3 players on the glass, but he's also been a solid rim protector who makes up for his height with great timing and reach.
And the first one drops. And Steve, some classic shoe brands making a return to the NBA with updated versions. Smitty, what was your sneaker of choice back in the day?
Kevin, that's funny. I started off with the pumps, the double pumps, and then I ended up with a shell-toe low top. And then now you see all the youngsters now wearing low tops. They used to tell me back in the day, low tops were not good for your ankles. But I didn't really jump that high, so I was okay.
And here's Rozier. He brings it up for Charlotte. Basket made. That's his third of the game. He's 3 for 9 now.
No issues on that one. Good work all around.
Detroit leading by 18. Pass to Drummond. And it's Drummond with the jam.
Oh, big finish. Emphatic.
He hangs on the rim just for good measure. Wow. And here are the Hornets now. Batum with the ball. He's got 8. He doesn't hit that one. Griffin with some nice D.
And with the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be, firmly in the driver's seat.
To the left side wing. No one near Rozier as he lets it fly. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Rozier's got 5 points now in the quarter. The Pistons shooting has been terrific. 54% on the game. Jackson against Rozier. Jackson with the bounce pass. 6 on the shot clock. Outside Griffin. Lets the 3 fly. Bridges with the board. Hornets trail by 17. There's a minute 40 left in the first half of the game. And here is Hernan Gomez. He had a 15-point outing in their last game against Memphis.
Yeah, but the rebounding in that game as well was just tremendous. I mean, he dominated the backcourt.
And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul. And with Reggie Jackson at the point, you're going to get more of a scorer than a playmaker.
And that's okay as long as you plan for that with your system. Reggie Jackson is great at creating for himself, but you'd like to see him do a little bit more to set up the rest of his team.
And he makes the first. A different look here for Detroit. Morris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. And Langston Galloway subbed in for Reggie Jackson. He's perfect from the line this time. 1:22 left in the first half. Here's Rozier. 9 points in the game so far. To the inside, Williams. That's tipped.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead.
Galloway, the pass to Wood. Over Williams. And it hung on the rim, but wouldn't fall for him. Hornets trail by 19, and the call will be against Langston Galloway. That is his first foul of the game. Bacon, he's checked in for the Hornets. Tony Snell's checked in for Detroit. .55 seconds left to play here in the half. Here's Bacon. Passes it to Rozier. There's the dish to Batum. Hernan Gomez down low. Shoots over Doumbouya. Shot's good by Hernan Gomez. Hernan Gomez has got 6.
Relentless on the offensive glass, and then you love the finish.
Here's Galloway. Rozier defending. Galloway dishes to Doumbouya. And a miss there on the triple. Outside Batum. And there's the basket. Whistle blows and a chance for a three-point play. Going to the line for 1.
This is basketball 101. This is the size mismatch you look to create.
For Charlotte, they have shot 2 free throws, and they're 1 of 2 so far.
And when you think of free throw shooting, not particularly a strength for this group, right around 70%.
On the free throw, no good.
Well, what you like about Williams is how he's changed his game over time. Now he's a fantastic stretch four.
Oh, my goodness!
Love it.
That's a miracle. Are you kidding me?
I didn't think that shot had any chance of going in. Just shows you that anything can happen in this game.
And so it's Detroit, holding a big 18-point lead to close the quarter. Their defense has been active and effective. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Coach, it's early in the season, so what can you say about how things are going chemistry-wise so far?
I love our guys. We have a great group of young men that are competing hard, and it feels good because I know our guys are totally engaged and focused and giving us what they have.
Dwayne, thanks a lot. Back to you.
All right, David, thank you. We'll be back after halftime for the start of the third quarter.
It's the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back to 2K Sports, everybody. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Let's talk about that first half. Some incredible work in this one by Blake Griffin. He had 14 points, 5 rebounds, and 1 block. His last game out, he was just not himself. But tonight, he has rounded right back into form with a very solid first half. Kenny, what's your take on Detroit so far?
There's a certain presence that Blake Griffin brings to the table. Powerful, tough, still explosive. He's added range to his jump shot. Love what he did in the first half.
And big fella, your thoughts on the Hornets?
Well, they struggled in a number of areas. Protecting the rim is really at the top of the list. They haven't made that a priority. They haven't put forth a whole lot of effort. You got to protect the rim.
And that's going to do it for us here. The second half of action is coming your way.
And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the route that it's threatening to be. You look at Blake Griffin in this game, he's been everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
And I can't wait to see what he has in store during this second half. Some of those jams were downright absurd.
And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. Detroit leading by 18. Well, we've got a moment. Let's set the floor. Brought to you by Gatorade, all fueled up for the second half. On the court for the Pistons, Rose and Jackson to the backcourt. On the front line, the talented duo of Griffin and Drummond. And it's Kennard in at the small forward position.
The defense having to respect Jackson's outside game. That opened up things for him in the inside.
Now, here's Rozier. The pass to Monk. Launches it. And it's Griffin with the rebound. Griffin's got 6 rebounds here tonight. And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, Kevin, Dwayne Casey was the 2018 Coach of the Year, but as we all know, he was fired after that same season by the Raptors. But Casey's found a home in Detroit. Casey said, "I have no regrets." Winston Churchill said, "Success consists of going from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm." And that's what I've done. So, Kevin, Dwayne Casey is still pounding the rock.
He sure is, and I like that Churchill quote as well. Thanks, David. Rozier kicks to Hernangomez. Monk with the ball. Jackson on him. Back to Hernangomez. Shot clock at 6. Pass to Monk for the 3. Goes back up. Shot's good by Hernangomez. Hernangomez has got 8 points.
And that's a lesson for the D. Fight harder on the glass.
Reason why: lack of focus, lack of communication, which led to second chance points.
And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. The first free throw is good. That's also good, so he hits both free throws. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Rose against Rozier. Pass to Bridges. Lays it up off the glass.
Not only a jump shooter, Bridges also dependable at knowing how to get it done inside.
Rose against Rozier. Passes to Kennard. Shoots over Bridges. Second chance shot. Got a piece of it. To the middle. Here's Kidd. Oh, what a play!
What the
Oh, that's an old-fashioned rim rattler.
Just a remarkable jam. These fans' jaws are on the ground right now. Outside Rose. Jackson from long range. Doesn't go that time. And Charlotte will go the other way with it. The pass to Bridges. Back to Rozier. Pass to Bridges. Shoots over Griffin, and Charlotte again with the bucket. Now Rose. He's got 8. Pass to Kennard. Griffin against Kidd-Gilchrist. Griffin passes to Rose. Again, the miss by the Pistons.
And he didn't punish them for the weak coverage there, but they can't count on him to continue missing.
Wasted no time on that one. And that's now 6 points for Malik Monk.
And Monk has proven that he is a terrific scorer from the perimeter. When he's in rhythm, he has no problem letting it fly.
Rose up on top. Rozier defending. Here's Drummond. Detroit, no good that time either.
Went to the fadeaway. Didn't need to, though. Probably cost him some points.
And it's in there. Bridges has got 6.
Just a high-energy player. Bridges brings the aggression every possession.
And it's Rose penetrating. And again, Charlotte running the court in transition.
Yeah, this offense is rolling. They've been assertive, but they're also playing under control.
And it has them in a great spot to take the lead. They love to get a few stops now at the other end.
Griffin against Kidd-Gilchrist. Griffin kicks to Jackson. 6 to shoot. That drops. And it comes off an assist from Griffin. Griffin's got his 4th assist in this one. Here's Charlotte now. They're on a 15-4 run right now.
And as long as Reggie Jackson is healthy, he's going to give you some punch as a lead guard. Solid scoring option and a guy who's also unselfish in terms of getting his teammates involved.
Biyombo is checked in for Charlotte. Cody Zeller comes in for Bridges. Griffin's shot is off. Hornets trail by 12. Rozier the pass to Biyombo. And then Biyombo with the dunk.
Well, and it took a terrific effort at both ends to sustain this run.
They've shown a lot of heart, a lot of fight, and they're close to taking the lead.
There's the feed to Rose. Rozier with the ball. And Rose picks him up defensively. And Griffin sends it back.
Griffin has great timing. That's the reason why he blocked that shot.
Solid rebound there, and with the score like it is, that's an area where they can't afford to get lazy.
Rozier with the ball. 11 points in the game. And for the last half decade, Reggie Jackson has been good for about 15 points a game.
And that is about the consistency you can expect from Jackson. He's always been a talent. The key for him is just staying on the floor.
So reliable. They've really leaned on him at the offensive end.
Charlotte has gone 1 of 3 from downtown since halftime. Rozier against Rose. Pass to Monk. Fires for 3. Rebounded by the Pistons. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Rose goes in. Here's Jackson. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line.
And boy, what a year it was for Derrick Rose. And the sea of fans hoping that he would get back to what he once was, as he was electric.
And for Rose, so many had written him off, but he was a huge factor for the Timberwolves.
Rose still has a tremendous passion for the game, and it really shows on the court. His renaissance last season was one of the better stories in our league.
And that one falls for Jackson.
And not too long ago, Reggie Jackson signed a 5-year, $80 million deal. A lot of pressure on him to earn that money.
Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Hornets. And a different look here for the Pistons. Morris is checked in for Andre Drummond. Christian Wood comes in for Blake Griffin. Doomboy is checked in for Luke Kennard. And Tony Snell subbed in for Rose. Monk, they grabbed their own miss. Biombo, no luck.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Snell, the pass to Morris. Down low and stolen by Zeller. Batum inside the three-point line. Here's a look at what's coming up for the Detroit Pistons. On Wednesday, they'll go up against the Bulls in Chicago. Then on Friday, the Atlanta Hawks come to town. That will tip off a homestand for them.
And for their matchup with the Magic, that's where you have got to bring your A game, especially when you know you're going to be fighting an uphill battle all night long.
And he knocks down the first one.
Batum brings length and a versatile game to his spot on the wing, and his defense always a big asset for this team. He's the kind of player that everybody needs to have out there, kind of a glue guy.
And the Hornets making a change here. Bacon's checked in. Langston Galloway's checked in for Detroit. And good on the second, so he makes them both.
And that's another area where he is just a superb player, excellent at the free throw line.
He kicks it to Doumbouya. Here's Wood. The Hornets pull it in. Biombo's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. To the wing right side. Bacon the pass to Batum. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul. And now let's turn to the 2K leaderboard for a look at the squads that have the most points in transition over the past 10 games. In 4th, the Pistons.
I mean, tough to maintain this kind of pace over an entire season. But let me tell you, they are really running right now.
And the first one at the line is good. Both free throws good from Batum.
This is as good as it gets from the charity stripe here in the second.
Detroit leading by 12. Here's Galloway. He's usually able to provide some lift to his team, averaging 6 points a game. Here's Morris. And he can't bank that one in. There's Bacon. Shoots over Doumbouya. They retain possession. And gets hacked by the D. He'll go to the line.
I mean, even from over here, you can see that one pretty clearly.
The Hornets have gone 5 of 7 from the free throw line in the game. The free throw drops for Biyombo. Terry Rozier's checked in for Nicholas Batum. And so he hits both.
And they came out of the locker room after halftime with a much more physical approach than what we saw in that first half.
Galloway, the pass to Morris. Here's Snell. Banked in off the glass. Snell's got his second basket of the night.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
And this is what happens when you start to break your opponent's spirit. The resistance is no longer there.
And here is Rozier. He's got 11. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession.
And a chance here to look at the numbers for Rozier. Averaging about 15 points, 5 assists, and 4 rebounds. And he has been passing the ball like a virtuoso. That's what really stands out about these recent performances.
You know, mentally, he's a pass-first type of player. It gets everyone involved and engaged, and that really sparks this offense.
And so Galloway with it. He'll bring it up for the Detroit Pistons. They get to take on the Bulls at Chicago after this one. That'll be the last game of their very short 3-game road tour. There's the pass to Morris. It's Biyombo with the rebound.
There's the value of great rim protection without fouling, forcing the miss.
Williams scanning the floor. And there's the foul. It's on Tony Snell. That's foul number 2 for him. And the Hornets making a change here. Bridges checks in. Now, here's Monk. He's got 6. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot.
And for his offense, this has just been a brutal period.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
Yeah, easy call.
And he knocks down the first one. And so Snell nails both of them.
Impeccable from the line since halftime.
Now Monk. He's playing a pretty big role for him at the offensive end, averaging about 12.5 points a game. Rozier. Here's Snell. To the left wing. Out of bounds. Charlotte takes possession. Here we are in November, and let's see how things are going out east in the early season. You take a look at the Pistons. In the early season, they find themselves down in 9th place. And, of course, Charlotte. Not really any threat right now as their record showing a lot more losses.
And, you know, for the Hornets, they've staggered along here early in the season. They're going to be in for a long year if they don't make some real quick progress.
Unfortunately, I don't see them as being a team that's going to turn any big corners anytime soon. I think what we've seen from them in the early part of the season is what we're going to keep seeing.
Galloway, the pass to Morris. Kicks to Doumbouya. Pistons keep it alive. Back to Morris. Biyombo with the block. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Pistons will retain possession. And the Pistons making a change here. Jackson's checked in. 1:31 left in the third. 5 to shoot. Here's Wood. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 5 assists in the game. Hornets trail by 14. Rozier with the ball. It's tipped. Here's Galloway. Pass to Wood. Over Williams. Bridges with the board. Bridges has got 4 rebounds in this game.
No other way to put it. Just a poor shooting performance for him, but luckily his teammates have picked up the slack.
And wrestling for it there, but no one has possession. We'll have a jump ball. And the Pistons with possession here. Pistons leading by 14. Jackson passes to Morris. And here is Monk. 6 points for him. And that'll be Charlotte as it goes out of bounds. Hornets retain possession. Here's Monk. Bridges inside the three-point line. Their offense stone cold. Another miss there. Here's Galloway. Rozier defending. Biyombo with the block. Rozier the pass to Williams. Bridges, no one around him. Off target from outside. With 1 on the clock. And he got that one up in time, but doesn't go in. And so it's Detroit with a 14-point lead as we bring the quarter to a close. Their strategy has been clear tonight. Work the ball inside, get shots in the paint, and now they are scoring with ease. Back right after this. And now let's go back to a play from earlier as we show you our State Farm assist of the game.
Yeah, an easy choice tonight. Look at the precision on this pass. Put it on a platter for him.
This is why you preach teamwork. Some of the most spectacular plays are the ones where guys are feeding off one another.
And as we head into the fourth, we'll see if there's a comeback in the works or if it's more of the same from the first 3 quarters. Bridges and Williams holding down those forward positions. Rozier and Monk, they're the backcourt. And it's Biyombo at the 5. So that's the Hornets 5.
This is the confidence you love seeing. Sometimes Williams wastes no time in getting his shot off.
Rose passes to Jackson. Back to Rose. Pass to Wood. Shot clock at 6. Shoots from the block. Count the basket. And the Pistons lead by 13. And here's Rozier. He brings it up for the Hornets. Passes it to Biyombo. And he could not get that one to go. A lot of contact, and he'll go to the line for 2. He's off on the first. Kid Gilchrist, he's checked in for the Hornets. And a switcher also for Detroit. Griffin's checked in for Doumbouya. And he sinks the second. Pistons leading by 12. 60 seconds off the clock here in the fourth. The pass to Griffin. Morris with the ball. Working on Biombo. Griffin's shot is off. The Hornets shooting around 36%. They're just not able to finish consistently. Nobody near Williams. On the mark with the 15-footer.
Have to be wary of Williams. His mid-range jumper is outstanding and often on the money.
Rose dishes to Morris. Biombo with the block. And here we go. Fast break. Kid Gilchrist has got it. Off the mark. Had a chance to trim it to single digits. Morris kicks to Jackson. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Jackson's got 10 points here in the second half.
I'll tell you, Jackson's first step is dynamite. A big asset off the dribble.
Hornets trail by 12. We're about 2 minutes into the fourth quarter in this one. Williams finds Kid Gilchrist. Griffin with the steal. Oh, and here we go. Jackson, nobody back. And Jackson throws it down hard.
Hard to keep up with Reggie when he gets out in space. And on top of that, an excellent finisher.
Now, here's Rozier. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Pistons leading by 14. Here's Rose. Williams with the block. They get a hand on it. For Charlotte, they've gone 2 of 4 from the field since we started the final quarter of play. Outside, Kid Gilchrist. Just 4 to shoot. Shoots the 3. Rebound, Detroit. Jackson's got 4 rebounds in this game.
What I like, he hasn't stopped competing despite the off night.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Hornets trail by 16. They've been looking out of sync offensively.
Yeah, their offense has ground to a standstill.
And the Hornets call time here. One of the stories here, Reggie Jackson getting it done today.
You have to make it harder for him to score. Deny the ball, even double, whatever it takes to force someone else to beat you.
Some changes for Charlotte. Hernan Gomez is checked in for Biombo, and it's Malik Monk in for Marvin Williams. Drummond's checked in for Detroit. Luke Kennard comes in for Morris. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Drummond. A look at the clock, a little under 3.5 minutes gone here in the fourth. Rose against Rozier. Dishes to Monk. Back to Rozier. Pass to Bridges. Clock at 6. And once again, off the mark by Charlotte. Pistons leading by 16. Griffin passes to Jackson. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
The burst of Jackson makes him a hard guy to stick with and difficult not to foul him.
And that one misses. And he's good on the second.
It's interesting. No free throw attempts for him in the first half. He's finally pushing the action and reaping the reward.
Over to the wing. Monk, no one around him. And again, unable to change momentum here. Rose against Rozier. Inside. Now here's Drummond. Tight defense on him. There's Rose with the three. The putback. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points. And the Pistons lead by 19.
Hard to keep Andre from doing this when he's motivated. One of the league's best at following up shots.
Pass to Monk. Stolen by Jackson. Rose passes to Griffin. Rozier with the steal. To the paint. Here's Bridges. That's good, and it's Rozier with the assist. Rozier's got his 6th assist on the night.
And you like to see since the half now, he's finally starting to come around.
Now Rose. Pass to Jackson. Now here's Griffin. It's rebounded by Kid Gilchrist. Kid Gilchrist has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Out to the wing. And the basket by Rozier.
That's just good basketball. Can't ask for a better look.
And it's Rose with the ball for the Pistons. Earlier, they held a 23-point lead. Outside Jackson. It's tipped. Bridges with the steal. And the call will be against Luke Kennard. That's his first foul. Rose against Rozier. The pass to Monk. Here's the three. The three-pointer is right on target.
How about the quickness of that release by Monk, an experienced catch-and-shoot player who feels comfortable firing from deep.
Rose against Rozier. Griffin down low, shoots over Kid Gilchrist, misses off the right iron. Hornets trail by 12. Bridges with it. Good D by Drummond.
And the pressure he put on that shot forced the miscue.
The rim protection at its finest. The result is the same whether you block the shot or simply change it.
And it's good, 2 points.
The more Blake Griffin gets comfortable at the mid-range, the more dynamic this offense becomes.
Here's Rozier. Pass to Hernan Gomez. He dishes it to Bridges. 6 on the shot clock. Rozier for 3. Detroit with the rebound.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And the slam by Blake Griffin.
Nice pass by Derrick Rose, spotting a wide open guy from the corner of his eye.
And here is Rozier. To the inside. And then Monk with the dunk.
Oh, that's a major league throwdown.
Keeps a tight grip on that rim, too, after the finish. Outside Rose. Pass to Kennard. He kicks it to Drummond. The Pistons working the ball around now. Shoots a fader. Tips it.
And it's still a rare sight to see rebound numbers like the ones he's had tonight.
It's incredible, and I'll tell you what, it's a joy to watch. There's more to his game than threes and dunks.
On defense, the Pistons, they lead by 14. Rose against Rozier. Now, here's Monk, guarded closely. Shot clock at 5. Shot from 12. The shot, no good. And the Pistons now going the other way. Jackson down low, defended by Bridges. Passes it to Kennard. Over Monk. Shot's good by Kennard. Kennard's got 9 points now in just the second half. Charlotte has gone a disappointing 2 of 6 on 3-point attempts here in the fourth. The pass to Hernan Gomez. Rozier with the ball. Defended by Drummond. And the basket by Rozier. Rozier's got 4 points in the quarter.
Well, check out that assist. That's a pair of teammates that are clearly on the same page.
Outside Rose. He feeds it to Griffin. Kicks it to Drummond. Pass to Kennard. Over Bridges. Kennard's shot is off.
And that's an important rebound, especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
A tale of two halves. He's really turned it around here, scoring the ball.
Pistons leading by 12. Rose attacking, shoots from 12. And there's Drummond. That's good on the assist by Rose. Rose has got assist number 7 for him tonight. For Charlotte, they've gone 8 of 16 from the field in the fourth, exactly 50%. Now, here's Monk. Lays it up and banks it in.
And how committed is Monk there on the attack to the rim? When he puts it on the deck, he's looking to take it all the way.
Rose against Rozier. Rose kicks to Kennard. Now here's Drummond. Defense is right there. Grabs the rebound again. He hauls in his 20th rebound.
Dominating the glass.
They get it back. Griffin. And finished off by Griffin.
Griffin is just fearless. I mean, a guy who is not scared of anything. That was ridiculous.
There's a minute 47 left in the game. Now Monk. Over to the left wing. And it's Rozier missing.
The defense was begging him to take that shot, and he took the bait, but you can't blame him.
Here's Jackson. It's good. This time the assist from Rose. Jackson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for Detroit.
They made more foul shots, and that was the difference.
That was a big advantage. The other team was defending with their hands instead of moving their feet, and they handed them a lot of easy points at the line.
And now, for the year, this is going to take them to 7 wins.
They can chalk this one up, but these two teams will see plenty more of one another before the season's over.
And a great team effort tonight, helped in large part with contributions, and the nice night it ended up being for Reggie Jackson.
He really played at his preferred pace, never let adjustments by the defense speed him up or slow him down.
And the first one drops.
And was last season really the first full season we got to see of Malik Monk? Was given a sizable part of the rotation and showed why he was a lottery pick for this team.
So he gets them both. During most of his rookie season, Monk was relegated to the bench.
Not sure if it was development or opportunity. Hard to say for Monk. Fact is, you can see the knack for scoring he has, even if he's a bit of a volume scorer at this point. That one's going to be the final dagger, and these guys can now celebrate.
This has been flat out a dominant performance. They earned this victory all the way.
Charlotte calls timeout. They trail by 16. 1:07 left in the fourth quarter. And now we've got a moment for our Jordan player of the game, Reggie Jackson.
And he's played this entire game on his front foot, Kevin. I mean, driving the lane, going to the rim with purpose, and getting those points the hard way.
And at last, he gets a little redemption. You know, it's been several games since he's been at his best. He's really been having a tough time. 1:07 left to play in the final quarter.
Using his height and length there to prevent the second chance opportunity.
Frazier with it. Pass to Brown. Frazier outside. Just 5 to shoot. They get it again. It's good on the putback. And the Pistons lead by 18.
Yeah, they've sucked the energy out of this arena. Tremendous effort on the road.
And when you're on the road, you can't be tentative coming into a game like this. I thought their aggressive approach was the difference.
Here's Martin. That one doesn't drop. Some solid defense from Brown. And so it's Frazier. He'll bring it up for the Pistons. The kick out to Brown. Three-pointer on the way. A rebound by Washington. Outside Martin. Up again. He hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know, we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
And so it's the Pistons taking care of business here. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
Well, folks, that's going to do it for now. For Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. We'll see you next time. Have a great evening.